Taino Warrior.
Yes,
Eddy
sir.
Torres, my man. How you doing?
Good, brother. How's everything?
It's going great. We are at your gym in New
Yes, sir.
Jersey, Team Taino MMA. Beautiful place. You know, you were just training with Andre Petroski downstairs and
Yeah.
Taylor Samarco.
Yeah.
Like, just tell me a little bit about this gym, man. I know it's yours. You founded it. When did it open? What's your guys' mission statement? So?
Yeah. So basically, we started about. I have been owning my own gym already for like 6 years. We was a smaller location. The smaller location was like 1,500 square feet tops. As you can see, we have 7,000 square feet now.
Double decker, two floors.
Yeah, 2 floors with a coffee shop. So yeah, I mean, you know, I just continue to work hard no matter what. People, you know, you always got them roadblocks and you got the haters, and they the people that motivate me the most. So the more they talk, the more I build. You know what I mean? So I grew up with a single mother, and she always told me to work hard. You know, there was 3 boys at the house, and my mom had like 3 jobs, and she was a professional boxer. So, you know, she used to work hard. So that kind of got installed into me. So I have the gym of my dream. It's always been my dream is to have my own gym, and gym, you know, dream accomplished.
Hey man, I just said I'm jealous. I don't train here. It's beautiful.
Thank you, brother.
And I can fully attest the hard work is 100% showing. I was just watching Andre Petroski and 2 other people maul on you for 20 minutes, not giving you a second to rest. So
Yes, sir.
hard work 100%. Now let
Yeah.
me ask you, the name of the gym is Team Taino.
Yes,
Your
sir.
nickname, the
Yeah.
Taino Warrior.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the word Taino for someone from Pennsylvania who doesn't know what the hell that
Yeah.
means.
So the word Taino, a lot of people think it's a type of native that are in the island of Borinquen or Puerto Rico. The word Taino means noble, humble. That's what the word means, Taino. When the Spaniards came to the shore, we was telling them Taino, and they thought that was our name. So then we adopted the name Taino. But the type of native we are is Arawak. It's an Arawak native. We descended people from Venezuela. Right, but Taino just means the noble or humble, you know. So the whole gym's name is Team Humble or Team Noble, you know.
I love that, man. That's
Yeah.
kind of like, especially where you guys are in Jersey, right outside of Philadelphia, kind of just goes along with that like Philadelphia underdog mentality, you know?
100%.
So
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
And it's very apparent in everybody who trains here, very humble mentality all around.
Yeah.
So you train over, you know, you train at Team Taino, obviously, but I also see you post that you're training at Daniel Gracie, that you're training with John Marquez, you
Yes.
know, training with all the Philly UFC fighters and the Philly people as well.
Yeah.
Just tell me a little bit about that circle, man, because it's such a strong, close-knit group of gyms, easily amongst the most talented in the world.
Oh, 100%. You have Daniel Gracie at the very top, and then him and John Marquez are right there, hand in hand. And then you have the people under them. You have Cody, which is a very good wrestling coach. And then you have like the guys, the seniors, I guess you will call them the senior students, which is Sean Brady, Pat 17, which is one of my main training partners. You got Andre, you got Jeremiah Wells, you have
Joe Pfeiffer.
Joe Pfeiffer. Even though Joe Pfeiffer just joined the gym, he's still like, you know, he helps the guys out whenever they need help. Hey, everybody's willing to help everybody. You need help with your wrestling, you know, you can hit up Andre, you can hit up Sean. You need help knocking people out, you hit up Pfeiffer. You need help choking people out, you hit up Pat. You need killing people and catching murder cases, you hit Jeremiah Wells.
Right, yeah.
Right? So you have these individuals. Then you got James Lyons, which jiu-jitsu is spectacular. This kid is underrated. His jiu-jitsu is phenomenal. And then we have a bunch of Russians and people from Uzbekistan and all the stands. And these guys barely speak English, good Muay Thai fighters. They help you along the way. So we also have them kind of coaches. And, you know, it's a phenomenal group, you know. So, and John Marquez is like he plays no shit. He's like, well, you don't want to do this, you can get the fuck out. There's the door. Where Daniel is more like, no. You have to do it. So you have that, almost like that, you know, if one coach doesn't work for you, the other one will.
Right.
Like you don't have a way out, you know, and they always push each other. Sean Brady, you know, people are running slow when we're supposed to be running. They, come on, let's go, push. So you always have that push mentality where it's like we're a bunch of dogs in this kennel and we all want to be at the top.
Yeah.
And we see these guys at the top and we see how hard they work. I mean, Sean Brady's up at 5:30 in the morning doing 10-mile runs. Pat 17, he's doing 30 classes of jiu-jitsu a day. Joe Pfeiffer is doing 50 rounds of heavy bag. Andre Petroski's out here just wrestling everybody, heavyweights. And so you see all of these guys just, you know, doing all this hard work, and it motivates you to do the same, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, I've sat in and took some pictures of a John Marquez training session one day.
Yeah.
The floor was just soaking wet, and everybody in there was huffing and puffing. But you're all having a good time, and you're all working really hard. And like you mentioned, you know, like Pat Sabatini going to 30 jiu-jitsu classes a day, Andre Petroski wrestling everybody he can. Like, you guys really do wake up and go gym 1, gym 2, gym 3, gym 4, gym 5, good night, do it again.
And do it again. Yes,
so,
sir.
No surprise to me that you're 4-0 as a professional MMA fighter.
Thank you.
Just speaking about some of your teammates, you know, Andre Petroski just fought a few weeks ago, UFC 281. Taylor Samarco downstairs just had a crazy fight last weekend at CFFC 115. I know you were at both of those fights in the corners. Just tell me a little bit about how those fights went, man. Like, Taylor unfortunately didn't get it done, but she fought like a warrior and 100%. Extremely entertaining. 100%. Petroski got a great win over Wellington Turman. What's it like being in those two corners?
I hate it. So it's hard. People don't realize like everything that goes, you know, and I feel for Daniel Gracie and I feel for John Marquez because these guys got to do it every weekend, you know, and it's not an easy job. I don't like doing it, honestly speaking. I wish I can tell these guys, I don't want fighters at my gym. I usually say that to all of them. It's not easy because you understand, like, you got to go in there and fight, but the coaches are outside hoping, you know, like you'll listen and they are hoping that you'll win and they want what's best for you. And when that doesn't happen, you know, it hurt us. And even when we are in that corner, I can tell you, John Marquez, when he was in the corner with Andre Petroski, he was sweating. He was soaked. Daniel was biting off his nails, you know? So these guys are like, they want you to win. They want what's best for you, you know? And these guys, and a lot of people like talking about this, they don't even take your money. Go to any other gym, they're going to take 20% of your purse. They don't even give a shit about the money. They're more like, listen, I want you to win. I want you to win. This is why they are doing it. So when somebody wants you to win so bad, they want you to perform so bad, it takes years of your life. Like, I feel like that. Like, walking Andre Petroski out in the UFC, is the same feeling as me walking Taylor Samarco for CFFC. Right. It's the same feeling. It's these guys are going there fighting. There's nothing you can do to help them, you know? So Taylor might have lost, but, I mean, this girl's been out of fighting for 3 years.
It was a great fight.
Yeah, she had knee surgery. People don't realize that. This girl lost 47 pounds.
Yeah.
In what, 8 weeks, 7 weeks? Yeah. For a woman, that's unheard of, you know? And she went out there and she pushed forward the whole entire time. She came to sling and bang, 100%. Going to the third, I asked her, I said, what are we doing? You know, we need to finish. What do you want to do? She was like, I'm knocking her out. And she went out there in the third round trying to knock her out, you know? So I don't like coaching people. I have a bunch of kids, students that compete in jiu-jitsu all the time, and it is the worst feeling in the planet. So I do enjoy fighting. I don't do it for the money. As you can see, I have everything I need. I have a full lifting gym. I have Muay Thai gym upstairs. I have a coffee shop. I'm well off. I don't need money. I have a couple of businesses and trying to open up more business. I don't fight for the money. I just love it. There's that adrenaline dump that you go in there and you're like, I'm better than you. And let's see, if you think you're better than me, let's prove it. You know what I mean? So, you know, so I love fighting, but coaching is hard, man. It's a hard game. That's the hardest thing I will ever have to do. You know?
I can't even imagine because, you know, just since I started interviewing fighters, watching you guys fight after I've interviewed you, oh my God, man. I'm on the couch worse than if I have like $100 on somebody. I feel so connected. So like coaching them, I can't imagine that stress it puts on you.
It's pretty bad, bro.
Yeah.
It is horrible.
So let's talk about you as a fighter then, enough of you as a coach.
Yeah.
Main event, CFFC 116, December 16th, Hard Rock in Atlantic City. Yeah. Team Taino, I assume, is going to be there in full force.
Yeah.
How are you feeling 3 weeks out from the fight, man?
I feel great. I mean, I don't know. To me, a lot of people put a lot of thoughts into it. I'm taking my opponents seriously, as you saw downstairs. We are grinding as hard as we can possibly can, and we are training as hard as I can. You know, and I'm taking him very, very seriously. You know, and I'm ready to go. I was going to be the main event on this last year on the 17th for the title. And then COVID happened. And basically, I ended up testing positive with COVID, got home, took another test, came out negative, another test came out negative, another test came out negative. But that's besides the point.
That's how it is, man. That's COVID.
Yeah. My fight got scratched, and then, I tried to get back into the groove of things, and it was like opponents after opponents just backing out, and then they were like, we cannot find no opponent. I even tried to sub in 2 weeks in a short notice for a 170-pound fight, and nobody would take it. So I try to fight everybody and anybody they put in front of me. And this kid obviously believes that he can beat me because he's accepting a fight that most people didn't accept, So I'm taking him extremely seriously, And again, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to give it my all. I never ever in my fights I think about winning. I just go in there to perform. I'm going in there to fight my fight. And again, a lot of people fight because they have to. They fight because they need the money. They fight because they enjoy it. Like not enjoy it, but like they need this money. They need the publicity. They need this. If the UFC call me right now, I'll go fight for them for free. I don't need the money. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm here because I love it. So when you love something, you're going to give it your all. When you're doing it for an ulterior or a motive, you're not going to give it your all. You're only thinking about that paycheck, And not to mention, look, CFFC knows. Last time I fought for them, matter of fact, I didn't even fight. Still 400 people came out to see me. And well, not even on the grappling event. My last fight went December 17th of last year.
Oh, do you mean the tickets were sold?
Yeah, my tickets that were sold, nobody returned one ticket in. Nobody. They all showed up, and when the main event walked out, they were screaming, Eddy Torres. And you can look this up. It was Blake Builder against another gentleman, and you can look this up. Everybody was screaming my name. The whole venue sold out because of me. I sell out venues 100%. So I'm going to do the same thing. My peoples are going to come out and see me, and I love performing for my peoples.
Well, I can attest to that too. I mean, I was at Fury, I think it was Fury 3 when you took on Alex Caceres.
Yeah.
Dude, I wasn't 100% aware who you were back then. That was like a little bit over a year ago. I wasn't into the MMA media yet. Yeah. And, I just hear people cheering for Eddy Torres on the prelims. And I'm like, holy crap, who is this guy? Does he own the place? So I can't wait to be in, Team Taino in the crowd area for 116. I'll be there, man.
It gets crazy, I'm telling you. My peoples are cool, calm, and collective, but they get crazy.
Get a little rowdy.
They get a little rowdy, yeah. Most of them come from Philly and Allentown, PA, so.
Right. So, you have been, even though you haven't fought since, I believe, May of 2021, you have kept busy. You've grappled at Fury 3 and Fury 5 for CFFC. You got your fight coming up now. Yeah. You're taking on Tyler Mathison. I believe that's how you say his name. Doesn't matter. This is the Eddy Torres show. Yeah. Anyways, I know you are not super concerned with your opponent. You don't necessarily focus on your opponent. You focus on yourself. I know Andre and Taylor are downstairs watching tape on him right now.
100%. And Mike Crawley.
Yeah.
That's the other guy. That's my other wrestling coach.
Shout out, Mike. But, you are aware of Tyler. I'm sure you know who he is. I just want to ask you, from what you have seen, how do you feel you two match up stylistically?
I honestly think I have the reach advantage, but I'm not the type of fighter that fights people's fights. There's a lot of guys that are like, oh, if you want to wrestle, I'll wrestle with him, whatever. I believe I can wrestle with the best of them, and I don't even have a wrestling background. But if he wants to wrestle, I'm going to keep it on the feet. Why wouldn't I give him what he wants? And if he wants to keep it on the feet, I'm going to try and wrestle him. You know what I mean? So I'm not giving you what you want. This is not what you want. This is a fist fight. So, when I get in there, usually I have a game plan. And I get in there and the game plan goes out the window and I just fight my fight. So that's the mentality I'm going. I'm listening to my coaches, obviously. Jonathan Webb is another coach I forgot to give props to. He's definitely one of the coaches up there. He corners John Brady. He cornered me for some of my fights. And he's usually a good mastermind. He can design a fight camp for specific people. Andre Petroski obviously is too, and Pat Saventini. Those are the three people that are going to be in my corner. Mm-hmm. And
badass corner.
Yeah. So, I'll be more than ready, and I don't care about the outcome. Honestly, I'm there to fight, and I'm ready to fight to the very end, all the way to the end. I go in there to finish people. I don't go in there pity-pat with people. Only one guy has ever made it out of, one of my fights, and I don't even consider that a win, to be honest. Usually people ask me, "What's your record?" I say 3-0.
Nah,
because I didn't finish the last guy.
It was dominant though. It was a UD.
It was super dominant. I won every round. He was a D1 wrestler at I want to say Ohio, and I took him down 6 times. He didn't take me down once. And my game plan was not to wrestle, but I ended up wrestling. I don't know why, but yeah. So I want to finish people. I want to go in there and give it my all, and come home on my shield, or come back walking with my shield on my back. So it's one or the other.
Love it, man.
Yeah,
Absolutely love it. So, we're 4-0, 3-0 if you want to only count your finishes. Undefeated nonetheless.
Yeah.
All of your fights in your professional career have been with CFFC.
Yeah.
This is your first main event, even though you've had one scheduled before.
Yeah.
I just kind of want to ask, man, go ahead.
No. So my last fight was supposed to be co-main event.
Okay.
And what happened, the main event, the guy was warming up in the back or something happened, he got hurt. And then they moved me up to the main event. But the whole crowd that was there for me anyway, right. So it didn't matter.
It doesn't matter anyway, because you get the main event in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome in Atlantic City. Now, let me just ask you, as I said, you fought your whole career for Cage Fury, John Morgan, CM Punk, UFC Fight Pass, one of my favorite promotions in all of MMA.
100%.
I just want to ask you, what are your thoughts about fighting with CFFC, man? I know it's your home of a promotion, but just speak on what it means to represent CFFC.
So, honestly, since day one, Rob Haydock has been a straight shooter with me, through and through, which is the owner of CFFC. But now it's Brad. Brad's also a great guy. But, dealing with Rob has been pleasant. It's not hard. I mean, all the guys that I look up to, Sean Brady, Andre Petroski, Pat Sabatini, even Pfeiffer, Jemiah Wells, all them guys fought through UFC. Yeah. I mean, through CFFC and got into the UFC. So it's pretty easy. They treat me very well. They pay very well. They do everything they can, and there's no bias with them. They're like, look, we're gonna get you nothing but tough fights, and that's what you want as a fighter. You want nothing but tough fights. I'm 36 now, but I have low miles. I always tell people that I have very, very low miles. You know what I mean? So I don't take too much punishment in my fights, and they are very good at matching me up, and they are very good also taking care of their fighters. I broke my hand 2 fights ago in the first round, and they really, really took care of me. All medicals paid for, and usually promotions will scheme on that, and they'll scheme you on the ticket sales, and they all do all kind of funny stuff. With CFFC, I mean, they flew me to Mississippi, for Taylor Marco's fight. They got me in my own room. You need food, we got the food. You need water, we got the water. You need ice. They take care of you, and they make it comfortable. Stuff that you go fight for other promotions, you got to bring your own bucket. You got to bring your own gauze and tape. You got to get your own rooms, your own transportation, and you got to get all this stuff. So working with CFFC has been the easiest route, and Morgan is phenomenal, man. I've sat down and ate dinners with this guy. He's great. CM Punk is phenomenal too. Funny story about CM Punk. One time, I was helping CFFC with security at the 2300 Arena, and some people got rowdy.
Oh, yeah?
And they got lost. They got a little bit out of hand, and I went over there to try to talk to them. They got rowdy with me, so I come from not such a nice place, so I kind of was like, "What's up? What are we gonna do?" I look over the corner of my eye, and I see CM Punk. I swear to my life, he's out the chair like this, just waiting for the goat to jump off the stage. He was ready to jump off the stage and have my back, and literally he was like, "Eddie, what's up? You good?" And I was like, "It's my motherfucking man."
It's a real one, man.
Yeah. So, big shout out to CM Punk, man.
Shout out all of Cage Fury, it sounds like. You guys do a great job.
100%. You got the tee.
I do got the tee.
You got some nice shirts, man. I love training on the shirts.
Yeah, super soft, comfy, makes me look kind of jacked. I love it.
There you go.
Yeah, man, it's great. CFFC all the way, one of my favorite promotions, as I said. Now, I'm not exactly sure what your contract looks like, how that works, but let me just ask you, after this fight, you get the win, what's next, man? Do you want to chase that CFFC belt, or do you want to go promotion shopping and join your buddies in the UFC?
I mean, whatever happens, I'm not going to fight for anybody else. If the UFC comes calling, obviously, it's an opportunity, a great opportunity, and I will go. CFFC have been nothing but great to me, so why go somewhere else? You know what I mean? If it's not broken, don't fix it, right? So, I got this contract. I got this fight with them, and afterwards, the problem was with me. I was so focused on my businesses, right? Like trying to build something for my future.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to be one of these fighters where I'm just fighting paycheck. Just to collect a paycheck and then pay rent, and then it's like, well, I don't have no more money.
Right.
Right. So I built this beautiful facility that has a steady income. I have other stuff in the works, and I mean, you saw, you know. So I got all the stuff in the works that in the near future you're gonna see. I'm ready to take over. So I took some time off to focus on the long term. Now that that's accomplished, I want to fight as often as possible.
Sure.
You know, and people seems to forget. I haven't fought in a little bit, but people seems to forget my second fight. The flight from Philadelphia to Memphis, right? I had 4 opponents switch in 2 different weight classes. And people seems to forget that, right? And
That's
then
nuts.
I was supposed to fight a wrestler. He backed out. And then I ended up fighting a guy that was 6'2" at 155 pounds after I already had cut to 145.
Oh my God.
So, and then 5 weeks later, I ended up fighting again. So now I want to do that again. I want to fight as often as I possibly can. You know, as long as my body hold up, and, you know, I feel like I'm young. I don't feel, you know, a lot of people are 36 and around my age. They look like shit.
Yeah. You look like you're 25.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. So I take care of my body. I eat healthy. I train very hard, and, you know, nothing hurts. And I'm ready to rock and roll for as many fights as CFFC want to give me. And if Shelby is like, hey, send that guy Eddy Torres to the UFC, let's go. I'll take a fight at 170, 155, 145. Short notice, no pay. I'll pay for my transportation. I'll pay for my medicals. I'm not a broke fighter. You know what I mean? So I'm well off, thank God, you know?
Hey, hopefully UFC comes to Philly soon and gets some local fighters on the card. It's been
Hopefully.
too long.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, so I know you're very happy with where you're at in life. You know, you have the gym, you have all these businesses going for you, you're back to fighting, fight coming up. I feel like you're a pretty accomplished man. You certainly seem like that.
Yeah.
Let me ask you though, is there anything in your career that you would like to do that you haven't done? Like, are there any career goals that you want to look back upon when you're retired and say, I did that you haven't done yet?
Yeah, 100%. I do want to open up a gym in Allentown, PA. That's where I'm from.
Yacco's Hot Dogs.
Yeah, Jocko's. What you know about Jocko? You don't know nothing about that. Come on.
Me and camera girl Gabby love Yacco's, man.
For real?
Yeah, we're up in Allentown all the time.
No way.
I'm like 20 minutes from Allentown.
Oh, wow. I grew up in Allentown.
I'm in Pottstown, so.
Oh, Pottstown. I've been to Pottstown.
Okay, yeah, that's where we're at.
Okay, awesome.
Shout out Yacco's.
Yeah, Yacco's got the best hot dogs,
So
man.
good.
The chili cheese dogs is my favorite.
You just get the Yacco's chili cheese dogs, yeah.
That's my favorite, man. There was one in Liberty between 7th and 6th at one point.
Yeah.
It got shot up, so they closed it down. So, that's Allentown for you.
Career goals.
Yeah. So, I do want to open up a non-profit gym in Allentown where I can help out some of these kids, because I feel like we need it, especially in Allentown. You know, I hate to say it, but man, if I look back, I say anywhere from 80 and 90% of my friends are either serving life sentences or they are dead. You know, my last fight, you know, God bless his soul, John goes, one of my number 1 fans, man. He was on my fight. We hanged out. We went out to eat, you know, and he just passed. 2 weeks later, another of my friend passed. Like, it's just like fentanyl and drugs and gun violence and everything else, you know, stuff that I've been through. You know, I got bullet wounds on me, and I was not the nicest person growing up, and I didn't have the easiest upbringing per se, you know, and a lot of kids that were looking up to me for the wrong reasons when I was in that world, you know. And now some of these kids are seeing me and they're like, whoa, he changed his life. And I want to let them know, like, look, if I can do it, so can you. Like, we all can change. We all can do better. We all can motivate each other, and we can all push each other. The problem is, you know, it's hard because your role models are drug dealers and gang members. You know, in this kind of neighborhoods, you know, if you know where 2nd Street, 4th and Gordon, 12th and Liberty in Allentown, it's pretty rough down there. Yeah. And the people you look up to, the guys with the nice cars, who has nice cars, the drug dealers, the gang members, and that's the people you're looking up to. So I want to let them know, like, there's other people you can look up to, so yeah, that's my main goal, is open up a nonprofit in Allentown, PA, where I can get some of these kids off the streets, and help them out with their grades and just help them be better, get a better education, get a better lifestyle, and try and help out as much as I can. You know what I mean? Especially my community. Don't get me wrong, like, I love Puerto Rico. I was raised out there, but I was raised between Puerto Rico and Allentown, and Allentown I do hold dear to my heart. This is where most of my friends are at. This is, my mother still live out there. My two brothers still out there. Well, so the guy that did all the graffiti on the walls, I consider him my brother. He's also my tattoo artist. So I have family out there, and I want to let them know, like, look, I'm not just going to be one of them persons that make out the hood and leave the hood. No, I made it out the hood. I'm going to come back and build in the hood. I'm going to come back and help them out, because without all this bad experience that I had in my life, I wouldn't be where I am today. I would have broke down and quit a long time ago. I would have went back to my old ways and snap somebody's head off, and I no longer have that, I found that I escape, and I want to give that to that community, you know what I mean? So that's my main goal. It doesn't matter, like, how long it takes. Right now we are looking for buildings, and we are trying to do as much as I can, but, it's very hard dealing, because I also, I have felonies on my record, so it's very hard dealing with the government of Allentown and try to get this nonprofit when they're like, well, you're a convicted felon, even though it's been 15 years, you know what I mean? That I've been out of trouble, and 10, but they don't care. They don't care about none of that.
Well, I mean, it's just great that you want to give back because, like you said, Allentown, Reading, PA. Not a lot of people know, but no, it's not the best areas. A lot of people have rough lives over there. So
100%.
It's great that you want to give back, and I think, obviously, as you know, MMA gyms tend to be a place where kids really turn their life around. It's just a great outlet for anger, frustration, really.
100%. The best fighters I've seen has been in the hood.
Yeah.
It's been these kids that are so athletic. I mean, they are doing backflips from block to block, on concrete.
Right.
These kids could have been in the gymnastics world, you know what I mean? With no understanding, and the same thing with fighting. Some of these kids walk into a boxing gym and be beating up the pros.
Yeah.
Without any understanding. Imagine what these kids can do with some guidance. We can have a bunch of gym owners in Allentown. We can have, even if they're not gym owners, it teaches you discipline. Mm-hmm. You're going to be disciplined enough to get up and go get a job. You're going to be disciplined enough to keep that job. Yeah. You know what I mean? So now have a bunch of kids running around, you know what I mean? And have a bunch of baby moms and all of this crazy stuff, you know what I mean? So I feel like we can change. And I say we because, it takes a village to raise a child. So, I've been fortunate and lucky enough that my mother's never give up on me. Yeah,
that's great, man. And I actually think UFC has one of their, branded gyms in Allentown. I'm sure it's like $400 a month. So fully support what you're wanting to do. Yeah, that's great.
It's insane. They want people to afford something that they can't afford.
I can't afford that. Please. Yeah. So Eddie, we've been talking fights for probably a half hour here. I'm sure you've had nothing on your mind lately except these fights. Enough of that for a minute. Let me just ask you about Eddy Torres, the person. When you're not training everybody or training yourself, do you do anything? Do you have any hobbies or interests that aren't fighting? I met your gigantic bear of a dog, Tank. He was amazing. So just tell me a little bit about what you do when you're not fighting in the cage.
Honestly, I love teaching.
Yeah.
I love teaching. I love teaching my classes. I like swimming. I don't have no other. I try to stay busy as much as possible, if that makes sense. And I don't do too much. I try to stay in a small circle. Mm-hmm. I don't have too many friends, and the friends that I do have, I do appreciate them and love them to death. But yeah, no, I usually all we do is fight. We train, we watch the fight together. We have a grill on the side of the building. Mm-hmm. We go in the sauna, we go in the cold plunge. We cook some steaks. We watch fights. We all go out, and we do stuff like that. Like, I don't do anything outside of my realm. right? So I try and stay on that narrow path where I don't drink, you know, I don't smoke, I don't go out, I don't do any of them things. So, you know, and I keep my circle nice and small and tight, and I get along with everybody, and anybody can call me anytime and I'll help them out. But yeah, nothing too special other than outside of fighting.
Well, that's kind of how MMA gyms tend to be. You know, they're almost like tribes or clans. Like, you guys train together, you live near each other, you eat together, you hang out together.
That is it.
It's beautiful, and getting to know this Philly circle, it's been a blessing. You guys are all great people. You're gonna have a lot of eyes on you the next couple weeks, being the main event of a Cage Fury event, right? You already have fans and supporters, family and friends, the whole Taino army, so to speak, right? I just want to give you the opportunity, Eddie. Is there anything you'd like to say to everybody? The mic is yours. Do your thing. Well,
guys, just tune in. You want to see an exciting fight? You want to see two dogs go at it? Just tune in to CFFC. Yeah, that's about it. I want to say a shout out to my sponsors. You guys, J&J, always been looking out for me. Luz Gosso, the best lawyer around, without a doubt. Royally Grown, Turd Boys. I think that's Brigandy's Barbershop. They always keep me clean. But yeah, that's about it. You know, other than that, tune in. And if you want to watch good fights and you want to watch me go out there and give it my all, tune in December 16th.
Like my man just said, tune in December 16th, Cage Fury 116. The Taino Warrior returns for the main event. Thank you so much for your time, man. I really appreciate it. It was an honor to come to your gym and watch you train and prepare. Whoever's watching this, Tyler, if you're watching this, look out, my friend. This guy is danger. So,
Thank
Eddie,
you,
thank you, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you, bro.